Welcome back, folks. Don't know if you can remember this one. The BSA Cadet Major. These were made, well, there is a serial number on it somewhere, but I can't read it, it's a bit rusty. This has been sitting in the back of my, or in the gun safe for a while, waiting for its turn. The only reason I've got it back out now is I had an email from a chap making sights for these, because this is the Cadet Major. They did a BSA Cadet. The Cadet was slightly smaller, slightly less heavy, slightly less power, although these are not exactly powerhouse rifles. But the Cadet Major had adjustable sights at the back here. Now, in the previous video I did with this, I can't remember when it was, it's probably a couple of years ago now, I explained that my nephew was using this and he lost the sights. Anyway, got an email from a chap called Dave. He's got a YouTube channel. I will put a link to it in the description. You can go and have a look at, he messes around. He's got a little lathe in his garage. It looks pretty good bit of kit, actually. It looks old, but it obviously does the job. He sent me some pictures and he actually made this sight with the adjuster wheel, and he sent it out with a spring. And yeah, so now I can go out and do some shooting. But I thought, we'll get it up in the workshop. It's too hot to do any mechanicking out there at the minute. It's bloody scorcho. I'm going to take the stock off of it. We're going to have a little bit of a play with the stock. It's not in great condition. I'm not going to do massively anything to it. I'm just going to sand it. Yeah, I've got some, hang on. Parker Hale Walnut Gun Oil. I've used it on obviously I've used it on all my other rifles, even though they're not walnut stocks. And I'm going to just, the barrel and all the action and everything's gone quite rusty in that. I think the bluing has probably gone. It looks like we've got some muck down the end of the barrel. Oh no, it's clear. The barrel looks pretty good. It's just pitting on the outside, so I'm going to take it out of the stock, see if I could just wire brush it, wire wool, bit of oil, just try and get a better finish on it. Just so it looks a bit nice. Now, it's an heirloom rifle. It's been in the family for bloody years. My dad got this when he was a kid from the second-hand shop, I think he said it was. I mean, these date back to, I can't remember. I'll have a look at, if I can see the serial number, and I'll see if I can work out some dates and this, that and the other. I did say it all in the other video. It's early 50s, I think. Late 40s, early 50s. But yeah, oh, and there's an adjustable trigger on this as well, which is quite remarkable. Yeah, let's get it on the bench, take it apart and see what we can do. I'll say the stock isn't great. Look at the state of that. I'm just going to sand it so it's smooth. And then treat it to some oil. Let's get on the bench. It's just flat-headed screws. I've got two there, and there's one there. I don't know if that comes out or if the trigger thing comes out. Well, I'll see if I can get these out. Oh, well, it is loose for a start. I did know the stock felt loose. I've not had it apart before. It's just not been tightened up recently. See if that comes out of there. That's loose as well. It's a long old bolt. It's got a bit of a spring washer on it. Put those over there out of the way, nice and safe. Now, it should, right, there we go. So that's the stock. It's just showing signs of age. And this is the actual working part. There is an adjustment there apparently somewhere. Wonder if it's that little screw in there. I'm not going to touch any of that just yet. As I was saying earlier, it's scorch out here. I'm going to get the fan on in a minute, but if I put that fan on, you won't hear a bloody word I'm saying. So yeah, this, I mean, there's such a lovely, you know, easy to cock. I'm not going to take it apart. Now, there is a company I found online where I can get a new mainspring, and then they do a synthetic piston seal within a little adapter. So I might, once I've got it all refinished and we've had a little bit of plinking with it, I might actually see about getting one of those bits, and we'll get it sort of properly refurbed, take it apart and have a look at it. But for today's purposes, I'm just going to get the wire wool and just try and get this barrel cleaned up. I don't know if you can really see that in the light. It's very sort of pitted and rusty, so I shall get some wire wool and we'll start sanding or rubbing it down. I've seen people use oil on here for this sort of job, so I'm gonna just put a bit of, this is just 3-in-1 oil. And then just keep rubbing. I don't think it's going to come up fantastic because, well, I don't know. He's quite pitted. Probably wants a bit of a re-bluing. This black thing's like, they call it bluing. It's a bit of a chemical process, which you can do at home, but I don't know how far I really want to go with this. The gun's not worth anything. It's just sentimental value, isn't it? It's a family heirloom. And it's just nice to have it cleaned up, functioning as it should, so that, you know, you can just pull it out of the cabinet, go and plink at some targets, and away you go. I don't know. It's never going to look like new again, I don't think. but that's not what I'm after. We just want it to get rid of the rust and the bit of the pitting. It's not like really pitted, but it's just where the rust has been on it for so long. It's coming out, but I don't know how much of it's gonna take out off the bluing. Anyway, I'm going to switch the fan back on and carry on. You'll hear what I mean when I switch it on. Christ on a bike. She's a bit loud. I'll carry on. And I'll be back with you shortly. I think for today's purposes that's more than adequate. It feels smooth. You can't see the rust so much. It's just got like a nice patina. I will bring you in for a bit of close footage. Show the serial number. There is a little bit of marking on it. It's never going to be perfect, but I just wanted to sort of get it feeling nice so we can have a bit of plinking. When I strip it down to do a spring and a piston seal, maybe we'll do it a little bit more. I'm going to do the stock now, so I'm going to put that to one side for a minute. I will oil that before I put it all back together. For now, that can just stay there. I'm happy with that. It's not brilliant, but right, let's start attacking this. I'm just going to have a go like this wire scouring thing and see what happens. I mean, it does want a good sand, really. Just see what this takes off. If it takes a lot off, I'm going to have to sand it anyway. Have to do something about that. I just have to sand that till it's sort of flush on. I mean, if it comes to it, I could always cut that off and glue on a rubber shoulder pad piece. But for today, I'm just going to sand it and just give it a bit of a finish. I mean, that varnish is coming straight off. I mean, these are only cheap rifles when they were out new. I don't know how much they were. I did find it on a brochure, so if I can find it, I'll put it up on the screen. But they weren't an expensive rifle, and they weren't probably the best either. I think there's probably some German ones which were quite good at the time. Right, I'm going to carry on with that. Stick the fan on so you won't hear me. So I've sanded the stock down, I've not gone mad. I've got a nice smooth finish. Got most of the dings out. I started off at quite a coarse grit. Tried not to go over the badge, so I want that to pop out. And I'll say I'm just gonna, I've wiped all most of the dust off. I'm not going for perfection with this, and I know some people probably say, oh, you really ought to be putting it back to original. Well, no. I'm just going to oil this stock. I don't know what the wood is. It feels pretty, I don't know, flimsy, should I say. It's very lightweight. But yeah, I've sanded it all down. I say I can't do much about that. But I say I might. It's keeping it in the family. It's an heirloom. It was my dad's when he was a kid. But you improve things, don't you? As you know, if you was handed down a classic car, you wouldn't leave it on drum brakes, you'd do a disc brake conversion, that kind of thing. I'm just making this so that it's quite, I like the oiled stock finish. I'm not keen on all this varnish. Now the Remington 341 I've got indoors, the 2.2 long rifle. If I was to do that up, I would do that up as original because it's got resale value. This one hasn't. This is sentimental value. But I'm going to oil it with this walnut oil, Parker Hale. Now I'm going to treat it like you would do a wooden chopping board. When you get a new a decent wooden chopping board, I bought Tina one for Christmas years ago, and it says oil it once a day for a week, once a week for a month, once a month for a year, and then just oil it yearly. So I'm probably going to do the same for this. I'm going to oil it all up, let it dry. Probably leave it till tomorrow. Come up and put another coat on it, and then I might put the actual part, the gun part, back in it, and then I'll just keep oiling it up as and when. It probably could do with some more work on it, but let's crack on and get some of this oil on it. I don't think there's any tint in this, any colouring or anything. I don't know, might be. And just sort of brush it on. It shows up any imperfections and stuff, but I'll say I'm not too worried about that. It's a used gun. It'll go dark with age. It is a bit light, isn't it? I might stain it. So I do like the old oil finish. Don't go too tight with that. Now, let's get this back in. So, that's tight. 2 to go. So that's it. What do you think to that? It's come up actually quite nice. It is still a little bit pitted, I don't know if you can see it on there. But it's come up, it's gone quite nice. The barrel's quite nice. I've put a bit of oil on the barrel and on there, and obviously the stock's all oiled up. I will gonna just put a bit more oil on it when I leave it, and I'll leave it up in here just drying out. I'm quite happy with that. I know some of you have said, oh, you've bloody butchered it, you bastard. Yeah, I do like the look of that, and it's nice and oiled, and they feel nice. An oiled rifle feels nice. It's smooth. I don't like the varnish feel. Same with my guitar, my bass guitar. The neck was all sort of varnished. I've sanded that all off. It's nice and matte now, and I oil it, and it is like super slick. That's how I like these, and it's only having that site is amazing. So I'll put a link to Dave's website. He does some fixes for the BSA. Is it CLX? I don't know. I don't know if he's going to be selling these. I did pay for it. I'm not going to tell you how much. And I don't know if it's something that he's going to be sort of offering for sale. But check out his channel and you can see what he gets up to. But yeah, it's fantastic that. I love it. And it's just like a little plinking thing. Feels nice in the hand. It's nice and light. The trigger is actually feels really nice on this. I will, next time I've got it apart, I will do the trigger guard as well, because that's a bit pitted as well, so I'll get all that rubbed down. I don't know if that's blacked. It looks like it could be. I gave the trigger a bit of a clean up then. There is an adjustment on the trigger. I haven't touched it because I can't remember what it's like to shoot. But the barrel feels really nice now. Now, do I do some shooting in this video? Show myself up? I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to get some more oil on it, and I will leave it stood up here for a day or two. And then I might come out and we'll have a little bit, set a target up and see if I can actually hit anything. Right, catch you in a bit. So we're outside. What I did do was I put some wood stain on it. I just wasn't quite happy with how light it was. But I quite like this colour now. It's nice and smooth. It's an oiled finish. Yeah, I mean, it's looking pretty good. I've just set up a little target down there, 10 yards away. I'm not making my way down to the range, so it's too hot to be bloody wheeling uphill. Off-roading in the wheelchair, it's not great. Anyway, I'm gonna have a bit of a plink down there, shoot the spinners, and then put some on, once I've got my eye in, put some on paper and see what sort of a group I can get at 10 yards. So let's see you down there. Start from the big side first. Oh, wrong one. No. Pulled that one, I saw the pellet go to the right of it. Oh no, got the pink one. It is slightly burning some oil off. I can smell it. Didn't purposely get any in the barrel, but alright, let's try that small black one. Right. No. Right, let's go for the paper target. Two more. I'll just go and get that target and we'll wrap this video up. You can see that, where the pellets have hit the the thing, they've just flattened them. I was using Air Arms Diablo Express, which are 0.51 of a gram, 7.87 grains, 177 cal, obviously. Now it's shooting slightly to the left, Now, there's no way I can get around that. It's there's only elevation adjustments on it, but you can see that it's not really showing up very well, is it? 'Cause it's black on black. Let's put this underneath it, see if that makes any. I'll hold it up to the sky. I can see you. Yeah, happy enough with that. A nice tight little group at 10 yards. Did have a flyer, but that was probably me. The trigger's quite heavy on this rifle. Yeah, the trigger's quite heavy from what I'm used to. I'm so out of practice with shit. I've not had any shooting for a long time. You'll notice on the channel that I've not been putting many shooting videos out. We've been so busy here. If you're interested, our small farm in France, there's a few videos on there. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. At 10 yards, it's enough to knock out a rat or a thing. Once you, it could be pellet specific, this rifle. I've not really tried many pellets in it. But it does seem to be shooting slightly to the left. I was aiming for bang on in the middle. Obviously the adjuster there only goes up and down, it doesn't go sideways. So whether at some point, I mean the barrel does look fairly straight. Whether that front sight has been knocked at some point and bent over or what, I don't know. But if you know where you're looking at, you can compensate for that, can't you? It's not that windy today, so I can't blame a gusty wind blowing my pellets off, of course. Obviously this rifle isn't ever so powerful. It wasn't powerful when it was new. It's probably even less powerful now. I will be looking at getting a spring and probably a synthetic seal, piston seal. So I think these have got like the old leather ones in it. I'm not sure, but I think they have. But yeah, I'm fairly chuffed with that. Looks pretty good. I like the finish on it, the oiled finish. Obviously the oil's soaked in now, so it doesn't get all over your hands. You do always get a bit of feel on your hands, don't you? But yeah, although it's like a junior rifle, I mean, looking down that, it does look like that sight is slightly off to the, but end of the day, it's an old-fashioned plinker, isn't it? Good bit of fun out on the range. I do a little bit of knocking down some tin cans. It's ideal for that. Yeah, it did flatten the pellets quite well when it was hitting these steel targets. All in all, thoroughly good. Let me know what you think in the comments. Have I? It's not going to be everyone's cup of tea, and I know that. And as I said previously in the video, it's personal choice, isn't it, at the end of the day? The rifle's not worth any money. It's worth more sentimental, and having it like this, with a nice smooth stock, most of the rust taken off. I mean, I did have some people say, oh, you can re-blue that yourself. It's not really worth going to the effort for this. It's just a little 177 air rifle we've had in the cupboard for years, ever since I've been born, basically, because my dad had it when he was a kid. He's now obviously giving it to me to look after, because I gave him I gave him the Gammo Big Cat. So he's got that they all have a bit of plinking when we have visitors coming out, and that they do a bit of archery and a bit of shooting, so he uses that. Left me with this, and I've got that the original mod something, I can't remember what it is. It's a bit of a Diana copy, I think. We'll have a look at that at some point. But yeah, BSA Cadet Major. These are obviously made for the old cadets, a bit of target practice. And I can't remember what air rifles we used to use when we was in the air cadets. We used to do rifle shooting in the ATC hut, because all the partitions used to come out of the thing, and it would just make one long room. And then you put your partitions back in, and it was all like separate rooms. So we used to do air rifle there, and then we used to go to the range to do 2-2 shooting. I don't even know what rifles we were using then. Then when we went to summer camp at a proper RAF base, we would go onto the range and use what they call the L98, which was the cadet version of the SA80. I think they were all fully manual. I don't think they were. I think you had to cock it every round, no, I don't think they were semi-automatic. But yeah, they were pretty poor, to be honest. If you were in the forces and you know anything about the SA-80. Yeah, if you were in the forces and you know anything about the original SA-80, you'll know how crap it was. I think they're apparently just starting to bring in a new one. Now, I don't know. If that should be in there a bit more. I'll have to look at that. I've just noticed something on here. This pin's sticking out that way and it's worn away at the stock. I thought it was a design feature, but now I'm looking at it, it looks like it's not all the way in, so I'll have a look at that. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. I've done a little bit of a modern update on it, finished it with oil, got all the rust off, had a little bit of shooting. Now we've got the new site. I say I will put Dave's YouTube channel below, a link. You can go and see what he gets up to. He does some fixes for the BSA. I'm going to say CLX. Oh, I don't know. It's something, one of those anyway. Yeah, so he made that in his lathe. Fantastic. It works. It's got the little line on the side so you can adjust it up and down, because on this rifle you've got little marks 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already. Hopefully we'll have some more shooting videos for you coming along very soon. And it's bye for now.